around a little bit. So be able to sense. Maybe we'll get to do this time. We thought this system worked really well. We tried just to see if it can work, and now it doesn't sound like it's working either. Is it okay? Yes. All right. You're gonna try to get down a bit. Okay. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Happy 12th night. Today is the 12th day of Christmas. This is why we still have that working set. It is the last day that we celebrate Christmas. It started that first Sunday of Advent, 4 Sundays before Christmas Day, and it ends today. Poor baby. She was having to look under the camera. So this 6-week period is a period where we spent time preparing to discover that Christ being born inside each and every one of us. We got to experience the night. I'm going to turn it off and go to the platform. We got to experience the night of Christmas Eve, when we got to feel the presence and birth and the coming and the opening into the light. Yes? And then we got the joy of Christmas Day, except for some of us, a very quiet and lovely day. And hopefully you got to watch some of your favorite Christmas movies, yes? And this 12-day period, starting the 25th, has been our opportunity to experience the growth of that light, that Christ light in us and with us, for us. Just as in the far north, the sun has been increasing in size every day. And so tomorrow, it will be its full size. Isn't that wonderful? In those Arctic places where they went without sun. So it'll just be barely over the horizon. We have seen your star in the east. Well, it'll be the south, but it's sort of the east. And that sun is the new birth, is the new year, is the thing, the physical thing that tells us that life always wins, that light is always present, that however it has seemed to be dark and chaotic and miserable with no light and no light, that never is the situation for more than a few moments or days. St. John of the Cross called it the long night of the soul, or the dark night of the soul. When we experience that sense that somehow the light, the life, the power, the strength isn't here. And that is part of our spiritual development, because most of us were taught to look for the Christ as a person, as a man, as a baby, as a child. Not as the essence of being that is what it is and who we are. So we have to go through that stage of realizing there isn't an old man in the sky with a young man on the right hand. And that's a hard stage. And for many of us, it does. It takes days and weeks. It is a very difficult time. If you're a Catholic priest, it usually hits right around age 40, and then you get sent off to do something interesting in the way of theological studies to help you get past that concrete stage of spirituality into what is the next stage, which is the metaphoric stage. And this is where Charles Fillmore focuses. So today being the 12th day of Christmas is a metaphor for our own personal development, us accomplishing 12 stages of development. And the whole process of birth and the star and the wise men are a metaphor for what's going on within us. So who are these three kings from Orient? From the Orient. I'm sure if you vaguely remember, and I sharply remember, Amal and the Night Visitors, Medaki's opera that he wrote for Hallmark TV back in the 50s and early 60s. Oh, if you have not had the opportunity, you really need to watch it. Because he wrote a story about a shepherd widow and her son who was lame. And the three kings show up. And what happens then? And the three kings have names. There's Melchior. He would be kind of like someone who was just out of Greece. And then there's Balthazar. And he's out of Sheba, Nigeria, Ethiopia. Dark, dark. And the little boy comes up and says, "Are you a real king?" He says, "Yes, I am. Real king." "Have you royal blood?" "Yes, I have royal blood." "Can I see it?" "It is just like yours." And then, oh my goodness, then there's Casper. Casper, the old man who can barely get to where they are going. And he has a long white beard, and his royal robes are in somewhat tattered shape. But he has a box about this big, and it has 3 drawers. In the first drawer, I keep my magic beads. Oh, how I love to play with beads. In the second drawer, I keep my stones, my magic stones. 1 carnelian goes for half a dozen for what they do for time. And in the third drawer, oh, little boy, oh, little boy. In the third drawer, I keep my licorice, licorice, blackberry licorice, have blackberry licorice, have some. And the story unfolds because, of course, they have the gifts. And among the gifts is gold. And she is a poor widow and keeps going. But those of you who were here on Christmas Eve may recall that Faye did a fabulous job reading The Littlest Angel, yes? Mm-hmm. And the littlest angel came in with his most beloved treasure, his box of things that he collected when he was in the world. And that became the star. Our treasures become the star. So this lame little boy, when these wise men are leaving, says, "Wait, can I give him my crutch? I made it myself." And he walks across the room. I just put it, but it's still beautiful. And everyone he walks. It's a miracle. The act of loving kindness is always a miracle. The act of sharing what is most important to us with something that seems so much greater than we could ever imagine. So that we are contributing to that presence is the miracle of the light, of the star, and of the heart, and of the body. So on this day, this is the last day where the kings are traveling. And having been traveling with it this last year, I am aware that it can be pretty exhausting. This is their very last day. They're almost in there. 12 days of the journey since the start of the week. They've asked directions unusually. And they received directions, but then they went away. yeah, turned out those suppliers in those directions. It's not as helpful as they might be in the moment. But they did it. And in my home, I shared this in a conference recently. In my home, when we set up the creche at the first Sunday back, it's empty. And then over the Sundays, we put critters in. On Christmas Eve, we put Mary and Joseph. And on Christmas morning, but the Wisemen had been traveling across the house since the beginning. And they don't make it to the manger until tonight. And then we have a feast. And the feast consists of all the leftover goodies from Christmas. Our 12th night feast. We finished the fruit cake. We cut the candy canes into ice cream. We finish off the ham, the roast, whatever. And just get all the goodies from Christmas dealt with. Because Christmas is over. And tomorrow we will celebrate Epiphany, which is a revelation, a miraculous awakening to a new understanding. And tomorrow afternoon, we take down the tree. So that's why I request that you all keep decorations up. I know most people take them down these, but this is what time. It's an important part of the process. Epiphany is an important part of the process. In fact, in the Greek Orthodox tradition, they celebrate the birth on the day we call Epiphany. It all happens all at once in the Orthodox tradition. And there are a couple of other traditions that's a day or so on either side of Epiphany. So when I was a kid and we would go traveling and looking for Christmas lights, right, there would be some that would start appearing right now. And I go, what's that all? And it's like, there's some people, Christmas is now. And the 25th is just part of it. Isn't that interesting? So what that began to teach me is that for all of us, Christmas is the awakening of our awareness to the presence of the Christ, the light, the Son of the Son, the Son of the source of all, the one who grew up to call our source, supplier, and nurturer, Daddy, which is what I like. Hey. And over time, as he continued to develop, the little boy began to realize, as a man, as he allowed that power to move through the Alpha, which he calls Abu, in what we call it. You have to say it that way. That power moves more and more through him, in him, and ultimately becomes who we are. In him, through him, and as him. And in our development, once we get past that concrete stage of thinking there's something out there that I'm separate from, and begin to go through the metaphorical stage of realizing that every part of the story is me. I am Casper, not you. I am the gold, I am the frankincense and the myrrh. I have been journeying, I have been following a bright star that has been my guidance to bring me to the place where I feel that Christ in me. And then as the New Testament unfolds, I get to experience interaction with family, and then a long absence from the norm, which we all go through. And then the interaction with followers who are asking us to teach. And we all have those too. There are people in all our lives who are counting on us to teach them. And as we work with that and we allow that power to flow in through us, for us and for all beings. In time, we become aware that that power is I and the Father, I and the source of one. The three wise men came in the story to make a personal connection with the light of the world, with the King of Kings, which is to say, the person that is capable of transforming all that is. And we get to do the same thing. Epiphany, ultimately, is the realization that the power that I thought was out there is in me. The light that I was seeking out there is here, is who I truly am. The love that I was longing for from others comes through me, to me, and for me. That's the epiphany where we are encouraged to experience. So as we grow in our development from the concrete through the metaphor, we come into what is called the mystery, where we are united with all that is. There is no separation. And our knowing, our claiming and fervent prayer, our knowing deep in us is the power and the presence and the life that we have called. If we can grasp that for even a second, we are transformed. If we can hold on to it for a minute or 5 minutes or an hour or a whole day, we have begun to transform the world. Because people operating at that level of consciousness are radiating and resonating with people all over the planet. Millions are affected by the thoughts and feelings of folks out there. That the realization that what I thought was out there is not only in, it is home. And we do a meditation together with that word. We breathe to relax in the body. Allowing the body to relax in this place. And let's take another long, slow, deep. Just release any possibility, any idea of separation. Awareness. And as we take another long, slow, deep breath, we can feel the connection between who we are, between this body and all of it. We can feel the faith and hope and love and spirit. We can feel the interconnection of all in the building, around, and beyond. All those we have ever loved, have been loved on this side, the veil or the other. All those who resonate with us who we have never met, but who feel along the same lines and speak along the same, wherever they are, we can feel that interconnection. The Hindus call it ignorance. All the connections of all people. And as we allow our awareness to flow out, our, each one of us is the hope. Each of us is all of these things. We allow ourselves to experience that marvelous sense of shared love and life and beauty, of heart and of power. Power flowing through, power for good in each being. The power of life, of joy, power that brings full function to bodies, to families, to organizations, to communities and nations and the world as a whole, that all are working together in for the good of all. As each of us is lifted into a new life, a new earth, a new heaven, coming together in one as we accept and underline this marvelous integral that is who. So we breathe, bringing our awareness back into this body, this chair, this room, and aware also of all that is, all that life, that flowing in and around and through us, for all beings. We realize the truth of you, of oneness, of wholeness, here, now, and now. So we take a cleansing breath, fully present here and now, and we claim, and so it is. And I say,